Hi everyone, I'm Jacqui and welcome back to my channel and this slow flow. Let's start with your feet about hip-width distance apart or a little bit wider on your mat, and just start to bounce and shake out anything that needs shaking out. Your hands, your wrists, your feet, ankles, shoulders. Just let it all hang loose. Try not to hold on to any tension. And when you're ready, step to the top of your mat with feet hip-width distance apart. Breathe and reach your arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers and flip the palms upwards. Lift up and out of your spine and your hips so much that your heels lift off the mat and you come onto tippy toes. Release the heels down, open the arms wide and start to fold forward, leading from your chest. Soften your knees and just let the upper body hang. Hold on to opposite elbows. Take a ragdoll here. Slight sway from side to side, releasing the lower back and the backs of your legs. Then take your arms behind, interlace the fingers, straighten the arms and let them fall down behind your head. You can twist a little side to side if that feels nice, otherwise just stay where you are. Let gravity do the work here. And on the next breath, bring the hands back to your hips and then all the way down to the mat. Left hand comes down, straighten the right knee and then lift the right arm up to the sky, twisting through your right shoulder. Try not to whack the right arm back, but keep it in line, just the right shoulder opens. Let's swap sides. Right hand comes down, left arm goes up. Bend the right knee, straighten the left. Deep breath in here, reaching upwards with the left fingertips, and then breathing out, coming back down. Take the hands down and then step back onto your knees into all fours, ready for some cat and cow. In your own time. Breathe in, open the shoulders, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. And breathe out, push the floor away, really round through the spine and tuck your chin and tailbone. Breathe in, feel the chest opening up. Breathe out, push the floor away. You're welcome to take any other movements here that feel nice for your spine and your body. Close your eyes, try not to think too much about what it looks like or what positions you're making. Let's take one last breath in and out. And on the next round, curl the toes under, sit the hips back, arch through the spine and push the floor away. Breathe out, press the tops of the feet down, round through the spine, lift the knees off. Continue, curl the toes under, breathe in, push back. Breathe out, press the tops of the feet down, round through the spine, lift the knees off. Continue a few more rounds in your own time. Really moving with your breath here. And just one more round here. Breathe in and breathe out. On the next breath, come back to a neutral spine. Make sure your elbows are straight, wrists underneath shoulders. Breathe in, sink the shoulder blades down in between the shoulders. Breathe out, push the space in between your shoulder blades up to the sky. Breathe in, sink down. Breathe out, push up. Continue. All right, one last one here. Pushing up and stay pressing up, then curl your toes under and lift the knees off the mat just a centimeter or two. Stay there. Make sure your core is engaged, belly button pulling up to your spine, the sides of your core pulling in around the front. Don't forget to breathe. Keep pressing those shoulder blades up to the sky. Keep your neck in line. All right, lower the knees down, untuck the toes, come into a child's pose. Just for a couple of breaths. Deep inhale, slow exhale. On the next breath, curling through the body so you're coming through a cat pose, bringing the weight forward over your hands, making your way to cobra, and then lowering down. Nice fluid motion with the spine. See if you can really make a nice wave motion with your spine and each vertebra. Rounding through the spine, keeping the chin tucked as you come forward. Thighs, And hips touch the mat, shoulders open, head is the last thing to come up, and breathing out, forehead comes down, and push yourself back into child's pose. Breathe in, rounding forward. Thighs, hips, shoulders, head. Breathe out, forehead comes down, press back into child's pose. And staying here. Next, we're going to come forward into a low plank. Make sure your core is engaged. Lower down halfway, and then press yourself back up and into child's pose. Keep your core nice and tight, engaged and lifted. Lower down halfway. Keep the elbows glued next to the sides of your body, and press back. Forward, lower down. Breathe out, push, and back into child's pose. Breathe in, come forward. Lower down. Push it back. Nice job. You've got this. That's one last one here. And then pushing back and staying in your child's pose. Relax the elbows. Find your breath again. When you're ready, coming back up onto all fours, curl your toes under and lift your hips into downward facing dog. Make any movement here that you need, walking out the feet, stretching the back, lifting up onto tippy toes, anything that you need. And when you're ready, looking forward, coming into a full plank, shoulder blades pressing up to the sky, tailbone slightly tucked under. Bring your right knee into your chest and then step it back. Left knee, really lift the knee high. Step the foot back. Right knee comes back into your chest and then place the foot in between the hands. Take the right arm up to the sky, easy twist. Remember to open through the right shoulder and not just whacking that arm back. The arm is lifted up to the sky. Breathe out, bring it down. Pivot the left heel down into warrior two position. Right elbow, right knee, and then circle the left arm up over your ears, extended side angle. Breathe in, come to warrior two, lifting the body up, arms stretching to opposite ends of your mat. Breathe in, flip the right palm to the sky, and then sweep it back, reverse warrior. The legs stay exactly as they are. Breathing out, coming back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn the right toes in, lift the arms up, and then bring them to your hips. Press the arms down, lifting up through the spine before you come to fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands can come down to the mat or they can stay on your hips. If you have a block, you're welcome to place your hands on a block as well. Micro bend of both knees. Make sure your weight is over the balls of your feet and you're not sitting on the heels. Just one more breath here. And then lifting up halfway, walking yourself back to the top of your mat, step back into a plank. Nice and strong here, and lower down all the way to your belly. Everything arriving to the mat at the same time. Hips, shoulders, and head. Untuck the toes, take your hands behind, interlace the fingers. Breathe in and pull the hands towards your feet and lift up the shoulders, chest, and head. Nice. Breathing out. Coming back down, press the hands back into a child's pose. One breath. And then curling the toes under, lifting up, downward facing dog. And when you're ready, coming back into a nice strong plank position. Left knee comes into the chest and step it back. Core engage. Right knee in, lift the knee up high and step it back. Left knee into the chest and then step the foot in between the hands. Left hand goes up to the sky. Easy twist. Nice deep lunge here. Breathe out, bring the left hand down and then pivot the right heel down to the mat. Left elbow comes to your left knee. Right arm sweeps up over top for extended side angle. Nice deep lunge here. On the next breath, coming up to warrior two. Keep the legs in the same position. Shoulders on top of hips. Breathe in, flip the left palm, and then sweep it all the way back, reverse warrior. On the next breath, bring the arms back to warrior 2. Straighten the legs, turn the left toes in. Breathe in, arms go up to the sky, and then down to your hips. Press the hands down to the hips, find the length through the spine before you fold forward. Hands come down to wherever they go. If you want to take it further, you can take both hands and reach behind you in between your legs. Backs of the palms down. Remember to keep your weight over the balls of your feet. Alright, releasing, lift up halfway. Walk the hands to the top of your mat and step back into a nice strong plank. Belly lifted up, shoulder blades pressing high. Shift the weight forward of your hands and then lower everything down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Take your locust pose. Arms pulling back, lifting the chest. Breathe into your chest. And lower back down. Hands come underneath the shoulders and press yourself back into a child's pose. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Nice and relaxed. And when you're ready, coming back to downward facing dog. Just taking a breath here. Push the floor away with the hands. Next breath, come forward into a plank. Again, bring your right knee into your chest. Lift it up as high as you can. Step the foot back. Left knee into the chest. Step it back. Right knee into the chest. Lift it up as high as you can. Squeeze up and then place the foot in between the hands. Look forward into a nice deep lunge and then lift the body up 45 degrees. Hands come to either side with palms facing down. Breathe and lift the arms up to the sky, straighten up. Back knee can bend a little bit if you need to. Curl the pelvis under and then bring your hands to a namaste. Bend through the back leg and big push off to stand at the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up to the sky, reaching up as high as you can, so much so that your heels come off the floor. Lower down, and let's come into a tree pose. Grounding down through the right foot, left foot comes up, either by the ankle with the toes on the ground to help you find steadiness, or all the way up to your thighs. Try not to stick the right hip out, but keep it lifted in and upwards. And then feel the openness of the pelvis pressing forward. Bring your hands into heart center. Look at one still spot to help you find your balance. You might like to take your arms up, opening them wide. Maybe even swaying the arms from side to side like a tree in the wind. Keep a nice steady breath. Bring the hands back to heart center and then release the foot. Shake it out. Turn back to face the top of your mat. Feet turned out as wide as your mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, come into a squat. So as far as you can go, maybe you stop here halfway and just stay there with the elbows on the knees, or maybe you can come into a full yogi squat. Arms come to the inside of the knees, pressing the knees open. Keep your spine nice and long. Breathing deep into your chest. And when you're ready, lift the hips up, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back into a plank. Core engaged here. Shift the weight over your hands and then lower everything down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Take the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out. Press yourself back into a child's pose. One breath here. And when you're ready, coming back to downward facing dog. And then making your way back into a plank. Shoulder blades pressing up. Bring the left knee into your chest. Step it back. Right knee in, lifting up. And step it back. Left knee into the chest. And place the foot in between your hands. Steady yourself. Nice deep lunge. Look forward. And then bring the body up. 45-degree angle. Arms come to either side. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe in, lift the arms up to the sky. Straighten the body. Bend the back knee if you need to and square off your hips. Breathe out, bring the hands to your heart center. Bend through the back knee and big push off to stand at the top of your mat. Breathe in, reach the arms up to the sky, lifting up onto tippy toes. Nice straight spine, and then lower the heels down, coming into tree pose on the other side. Grounding down through your left foot. Options again to place the right foot by the ankle or all the way up to your thighs. Hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders back, lift up nice and tall. Again, remembering not to stick the left hip out, but pressing it in and up, and feel like your pelvis is pressing forward and opening up like you're going through a window. Maybe arms go up, swaying in the breeze like a tree. And then arms come back to heart center and release the foot down. Shake out. And then turning to face the top of your mat. Feet wide, breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, come into your version of your yogi squat. Wherever you are, you try to keep the spine nice and long. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up out of the arches of your feet as well, so try not to roll them in. Place the hands on the mat, lift the hips up, step back into plank. Last one. Take the weight forward and then lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes, lift the kneecaps off the mat. Breathe and pull the arms towards your feet. Open the chest, deep breath here into the chest. And when you're ready, breathing out, hands come down, press yourself back into a child's pose. Take a breather here, completely relaxed. Soften the belly, soften the chest, and allow your hips to sink down to the heels of your feet. And slowly coming back up, take the legs forward, and then roll yourself back onto your back. Hugging your knees tight in your chest, rocking side to side. And then let's take a figure 4. Right ankle comes on top of the left thigh. Arms come behind to grab the left thigh. Relax the left leg and gently pull the legs towards your body as you press the right knee away from you. Try to keep your tailbone flat on the mat so you're not curling up through the spine. Right foot is flexed and shoulders are relaxed. Slowly release, open the arms wide, keep the legs in this position and just drop them over to the left side of your mat. Gaze either up to the sky or over to your right hand. You'll feel this more if you think about pressing the right knee to face the ceiling. So just take it to whatever point you feel comfortable. Deep breath here. And when you're ready, slowly coming back out, hug the knees into your chest. And then we'll do the other side. Left ankle on top of right thigh, press the left knee away. Arms come to grab the back of your right leg, and then gently pulling the leg closer towards your body as you press the left knee away. Left foot is flexed, tailbone down on the mat. Try to relax as much as you can. And then opening the arms and dropping the legs over to the right side of the mat. Gaze up to the sky or to your left hand. Try not to hold on to any tension. Breathe out and let it all go. And you're ready, slowly coming back out, bring the knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. And then taking your legs onto the mat and as wide as your mat. Ready for Savasana. Arms come to either side with the palms facing up. Close your eyes. Slight tuck of your chin to make sure the back of your neck is nice and long. Release all tension from your body with every exhale that you take. Imagine your body feels really heavy and that you're melting and sinking downwards as if you would go through the floorboards. I'll leave you here in your Shavasana. Stay as long as you'd like, and I'll see you on the next one. Namaste.